like Paul. I know I gotta keep my naughty goals on. Got the ass to the floor. What's up, queens and the kings who love us? And this is your girl Candy, y'all. You guys are on Queen Game TV. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. You are on another video, y'all. Y'all ready? Nizzo. So y'all ready? Can do this. Hit like, share, and poop out. Beam. Hit that subscribe button. And let's get into this video. So y'all, we're gonna definitely talk about some stuff way back in the day, like in the 90s, like 30 years ago. So my memory could be a little foggy, but I want to bring y'all to a point that brought me to this point. That brought me the beautiful, black, confident queen that I am. And I want to show y'all the things that, you know what I'm saying, marked the reason why I am who I am to this day. And these things help mold me. And these things help shape the way I carry myself and how I want to convey to you all about certain things that went on in my life when I was growing up as a kid. So this is way back when in the 90s. As y'all know, I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. You dig? I'm from them projects. You already know. And this will bring you back to like, I want to say 91, 92. Like this is like 30 plus years ago. So my memory could be a little foggy though, but again, I just want to let y'all in on what groomed me to the person I am today. And you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so this is back in the day, you know, from the projects. We up here at Northview on the 800 block. And, you know, we had a good court that we played in. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean a good court, though, like everybody was together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looked out for everybody. You know, everybody cared for each other for a certain extent. And everybody was cordial. You know, you had a few little fake ones, you know what I'm saying? But it was about us, the kids, though, and we all played together because all our parents, you know what I'm talking about, was cool with each other and everybody looked out for each other. So, you know, we was each other's first friends. So a lot of my first friends, you know what I mean, was cool, but then sometimes because when they got around their crew, you know what I'm saying, they blood, they acted real funny with the ones, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't their blood. You know what I mean? So that's what happens, you know what I mean? But we kids, so you got to understand, I'm talking from that perspective, those many years ago, again, 30 plus years ago. But I didn't understand that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I knew it was rude to a certain extent, because when they got around their cousins, you know, they will call us, you know, little fat names, little fatty, jelly roll, and stuff like that to go. Because me and my best friend, you know, we was a little heavier than them. You know what I mean? And we was darker than them or whatever. But, you know, we would get called names. And we would get laughed and snickered at. You know what I'm saying? And it would hurt our feelings, though. Aww. But my mom knew what was going on, and you know, my mom would comfort me, but at the same time she was tough. Go back out there, and you know, you just have to develop tough skin. So that's how I learned how to develop tough skin, was to go back outside. You know, it wasn't no crying, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, it just wasn't about being a crybaby. You know what I mean? And just ducking and dodging and not wanting to go outside. No, outside is yours. You know what I mean? That's how my mom felt. Outside is yours. You can have fun. You can play without playing with them. You know what I'm saying? You can be outside. You ain't got to be in their face. So my mom was always like on a tough love thing. And that's what helped me build tough skin. I wanna be on something real particular. But yeah, they would just get behind walls and, you know, get behind our parents and wanted to lightweight bully and, you know, be funny acting, and one day they want to play with you, the next day they don't, kid shit. Next day we be playing it tag. Next, when they get in front of their cousins, they want to be shitty. You know what I mean? And it was crazy though, because when one cousin or one little friend wasn't around, you wanted to be my friend, and then when you got around them, your cousin and certain friends, you wanted to be funny. But yeah, y'all, I was called bald head and jelly roll, things like that. And no, I wasn't rocking like the name brand designer stuff, but my stuff was cute and clean. Because one thing about it, two things for sure, my mother always had us in nice, clean shit. So whether it came from Walmart, Kmart, Dots, the thrift store, you know what I mean, whatever little stores, that was on and going, my mom was there. No, it wasn't no designer, but back then, used the designer jeans, used jeans was out. So I had a couple pair of them, like Felines and stuff. Never had no Felines, never had Jordans. I had a pair of Adidas. That's all I can remember. But all that designer stuff, my mom taught us from an early age. It's not about wearing designer. It's about how nice you could put your stuff together. And my mom, through going to these different stores, shopping, she showed me how to put my stuff together at an early age. And it didn't have to be name brand. And y'all, I'm going to have to start showing y'all how I be really wearing my little stuff. And it be coming from different spots. And it be put together like, So my mother taught me how to do that. Payless was popping back in the day. We was going to Payless. We was going to all types of little shoe stores. I think Payless, it was the Foot Locker. And then what was real popular back then was Dave's in East Liberty. Dave's shoes from East Liberty. Went there before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Dave's up Pittsburgh was as to it was Walter's down in Atlanta. So everybody went there and got the latest kicks. Everybody. You know what I mean? So anyway, they thought they was cute, like I said, because their mom had them in cute little outfits. And that stuff wasn't really name brand. They was trying to perp her cousin. And then was trying to perp like they was wearing designer all the time when they had. And back then, Boss was really popping. Boss was really popping back in there. So they, they wear one or two little Boss outfits where they had a whole closet full. Oh, they wanted you to just really feel like they had Boss on lock. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, they had all cute little clothes on their little small frames. Because, I always been a big girl. I've been pleasantly plump my whole life. So, they thought because they was a little smaller, her and her cousin, that, they was just better. You know what I'm saying? And her cousin was dark as my best friend. Because she was thin and she had cascading hair. Oh, she thought she was a light-skinned one. You know what I'm saying? She thought, she was a part of the light-skinned crew, even though she was just as dark. And she felt like she couldn't be, touched as far as being commented on, But thought she could just comment on me and my best friend. Like, she would say little sleek shit like, oh, y'all need to stop walking like that. Y'all too heavy for that. Yeah, what you mean? I'm too heavy for what? So anyway, she would say little shit like that. And, always got to say something about, somebody's weight or whatever. Girl, if you don't stop trying to point things out that I don't already know, and I already feel all ways about it, though, because you're making me feel some type of way. And then it was funny, though, because a lot of boys wasn't really looking at me because of the light skin, dark skin thing. And then it was about being petite and not pleasantly plump, fat, thick, whatever. They, they all different things. They're not the same. But I'm just saying, like they were starting to get attention at an earlier age with guys than me and my best friend did. And so we felt a way about it or whatever. And we liked hanging around them because you know, the cool niggas in the around the way was really talking and looking at them like they was really pulling. And oh my God, I want to say we was young. We was young. But as when I start really getting into the different little story times from where I can remember when we was like 12 and 13, old niggas 16, 17 was hollering at them like in high school. Dudes ain't start really saying nothing to me till I was like 13, 14. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, they was pulling guys, you know, I want to say 10, 11 years old. Like certain little cool little dudes or whatever was trying to say what's up. Yeah. Girl, they was fresh meat. When they started jumping off the porch, they was fresh meat. And we wanted to be around me and my bestie. We definitely wanted to be around. So, but we also wanted to be around, but hated to be around because of the slick comments about how we look and how we, you know, dress to them. And, you know, one point we was walking around the way where Mom Deuce was letting us off the porch. And I'm going a little bit ahead though, but I just want to let y'all know how slick girly was though. But you know what? I'm going to say that. I'm going to save that. But I will say this though. We went to her cousin's sleepover, and I got up to get something. You know, I'm tiptoeing across the floor, and old girl got up from her little sleeping section. The cousin was like, "You know, you too heavy to be tiptoeing across the floor like that." Again, bitch, why the fuck you keep saying I'm heavy? I was so tired of that. Me and my bestie. So as time went on, I mean, that's just one little story. As time went on, you know, me and my bestie, we just formed our own little pack and was just hanging amongst ourselves. Like, we couldn't deal with them because they was really getting too head over heels into themselves. They was just really not over themselves. And it's cool. That's how teenagers is. But that's how I felt back then. You know what I'm talking about? But the funny part about it, y'all, I thought I was cute too. Because again, if you would look at my old video, I said I had support in my family. So my mom always was building me up. And then even though my father wasn't really in the picture like a father's supposed to, but when I did, however, see my dad, get to see him, it was always love. Daddy always told me how beautiful I was. You know what I'm saying? My aunts and my cousins and them on my father's side always, and my grandmother before she died, reinforced who I was. My father always called me a Nubian queen since I was a pup. So, you know, the Nubian queen thing, baby, this is where I get all this from, baby. This started as a pup. This ain't nothing new. This ain't no trend because that's what everybody's doing. This is how I really rock. You know what I'm saying? Even my mother has never been a big girl. You know what I'm saying? I got my daddy's genes. You feel me? But my mother always built me up. You know what I mean? To the right bras. Hey, you wear these right bras, you heavy chested. You know what I'm saying? You go to this store. This is what bra you wear. You know, so my mom had me in training. You know what I mean? My mother always wore makeup, had herself up. And y'all gonna see me decked out like, oh. Because you know, when y'all see me, you know what I'm saying? This is in a rush. I'm in a rush, baby. This is what time I got. This is what you gonna get. But we gonna take time out and get dolled up. You gonna be like, oh, okay. As a matter of fact, please follow me on TikTok on Queen Game TV and on Instagram at Queen Game Official. You might see a few pictures though. You know, I'm just at the age where all that makeup and stuff that I was once into all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older, you know what I'm saying? Fresh face, clean face, clear complexion, fresh complexion. And it's over with. I'm out the door, it's done. But I'm gonna get y'all on, you know? But my mother, you know, she was a lady. All my grandmothers, especially on My mother's side, her mother, and my dad's mother, they were the grandmothers, both of them was dolls, period. Especially my dad's mother, she was a fashionista. You know what I'm talking about? And my mom's mother too. She liked to dress, she liked to be clean, all of that. Like my grandma was a classy fashionista on my mother's side, and my grandmother was a classy, glamorous fashionista. They kind of both was though, but it was just something about my dad's mother though, because she's from the Hill District, from Pittsburgh. It was something about the women on my father's side of the family. They was, I don't know, I want to say they was hood but classy. That's what it really was. They was hood and classy. Like what? Like what? You know? Like believed in nails done. You know what I'm saying? Toes did, nice clothes, hair together, like everything. My mom's side was the same way. So that's what I seen, you know, say coming up, seeing my grandmothers though. So it wasn't nothing, you know what I mean, to really fall right in line, you know. But yeah, that was just one little particular thing, hanging with them, where I would get called names and they would be like shysty and shady because they got around certain friends and certain little cousins and stuff like that, family members, you know. They wanted to be funny acting, and because, you know, their mom had a little job, but my mom had a job too. My bestie's mom had a job. So, oh, okay, so you figure because you was petite and you was wearing the latest little cheap little clothes. Oh, okay. So that's probably what it was. So they was cute. Don't get me wrong, her mom had her cute too. But she was just trying to rock like we wasn't on one either though, because our moms kept us look nice too. We was just heavier than you. Nobody wasn't sloppy, baby. We was all neat. But you know how kids is. You know, certain situations and attitudes and the sadidiness, and then, you know, just the ego at that young age was what made me want to look at the situation twice. And I could look back on it like, wow, you had a nasty attitude to be so little for nothing. So you already had an ego with you about certain things and certain people. And then you knew that a lot of people liked you all because of your complexion and your weight. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, like I said, y'all, in the 90s, yo, in the Albie Shore days, if you was, you know, slim, light skin, pretty hair, you was exotic. And so homegirl and whoever else was with her took advantage of that. And at a young age, she had a sadiddy ego about herself. And she thought that it was cool to, you know what I'm saying, scrutinize somebody who didn't look like her. Never checked her about it though, because I always wanted to be her friend. And I just never seen no need for that though. Because sooner or later, a few years down the line, I went my separate ways anyway. And I had my own swag. So like I said, y'all, I'm all over I'm all over the place or whatever though. But you know, on this story time on the 800 block, on the north side, you know I'm talking about, we from the north. I have a few more childhood stories though, because I'm going to bring you all the way up till I got ready to leave in the late 90s. In 97, I was like 14 when I left Pittsburgh. So, you know, I'm going to just bring you all the way up to middle school, and then boom, we transitioned to high school. And that's where I went down Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area. That's in Decatur, was greater. You know what I'm saying? Went to high school. You know what I mean? But yeah, we go stick on the 800 block, and what made me to who I am, and what allowed me to build confidence within myself though. And yeah, I thank y'all for talking about me, teasing me with your cousins, acting funny, You know what I'm talking about? People, you know, being snarly, you know, snorking their nose, you know what I'm saying? Being snooty for no reason when you had no room to be snooty. Yeah, y'all, my next one, I'm going to probably talk about, I don't know, when I got into a fight over a guy, which I didn't even know until word got back. That's what it was really about. It was never about what I said and how I carried myself. But yeah, y'all, my little story time's going to be all over the place. In middle school and elementary school. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, y'all, it's out, it's old. Wait, it's out, it's over, it is done, y'all. Queen is in the building, y'all. I done told this all over the place. Story time. Just giving y'all game about what's tea, how I got to be where I'm at. And yeah, y'all, it's done with y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. Deuces.